Sophie Cunningham's t-shirt became a marketing phenomenon. Sophie Cunningham currently plays for the Indiana Fever and has now become one of the most recognizable WNBA players. And for Barbie night, she pulled up wearing a shirt that said "Hot girls eat Arby's," and the internet lost it. But here's the real backstory. A few months earlier, Sophie posted a video rating Arby's, and that video is just her being authentic in herself. And that puppy went viral.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give Arby's a solid 9 out of 10.
Then following this, the phrase "hot girls eat Arby's" started flying around. And it turns out that Arby's has been saying this since 2023.
It's a great opportunity for us to learn offense, right? Move the ball, pass, cut. We just can't stand and watch anymore.
Sophie Cunningham tossed on an Arby's t-shirt like it was nothing. And in the blink of an eye, she hijacked the entire WNBA news cycle. One slogan, one shirt, 800,000 sold. And suddenly a fast food chain is moving more merch than the league's own ticket sales. You couldn't dream up this kind of wild plot twist, and somewhere off camera, Angel Reese is sitting quiet, pouty, probably scrolling through her phone thinking, why isn't my jersey selling out?
His jersey's gonna sell out tonight. The people have been waiting for this. If the refs are not gonna do their job, the players are gonna have to be the enforcers themselves. This game was chippy from the beginning, and the refs did not do that.
What started as a throwaway moment just exposed the WNBA's biggest marketing flaw, and no, it's not curly fries. It's that one woman's raw, unfiltered authenticity just smoked the league's entire manufactured branding machine. Sophie didn't just wear the shirt, she became the story. Somewhere along the way, the focus drifted from hoops to hashtags. Now it's less about the scoreboard and more about brand battles, Instagram shade, and going viral for anything but what happens on the court. The stat sheet, optional. The drama, full-time job. It's like the shot clock is ticking down to the next viral tweet, not the next bucket. And in the middle of this reality show meets basketball circus, Sophie Cunningham just set the internet on fire. Not with a killer crossover, but with an Arby's tea and zero PR spin. No pre-scripted drama, no staged TikTok dances. Just curly fries, pure charisma, and the kind of realness this league is starving for.
Gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back, if I'm being quite honest.
She dropped it hot and fresh. And somehow, it hit harder than any buzzer beater we've seen all year. She's not running isolation plays, she's isolating the truth. No glam squad touch-ups, no Photoshop magic, no PR stunt dressed up as personality. Just pure Sophie. Curly fries in one hand, the league's entire marketing playbook in the other. Meanwhile, you've got players like Angel Reese chasing clout like it's a loose rebound, manufacturing beefs for clicks, and pumping out TikToks that feel more like audition tapes for Love and Basketball than the feed of a locked-in pro. Sophie, she's staying unbothered. No gimmicks, no thirst traps, just straight talk and 800,000 shirts flying off shelves like it's a clearance sale on common sense.
Talk about Arby's. She is now on the Arby's payroll. Decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven. Hot girls eat Arby's. No knock on Arby's, Sophie, but if you give Arby's 9 out of 10, I'll take you to Racks. I'll buy you some Racks, and I think you will find that hot girls probably eat Racks. Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. Sophie Cunningham, who took to her social media to discuss how much she enjoyed a trip that she made to Arby.
In a league hooked on image, she's pulling off something dangerous, being real. And right now, that's looking like the most unstoppable move in the game. It's like someone cracked a window in a suffocating room and let a gust of honesty blow through. Judging by the side eye she's getting, it might have even knocked a few glued-on lashes loose. Because when a player like Sophie Cunningham starts stacking up genuine, unscripted fan love, the league gets twitchy. She's not part of the curated Instagram sorority. She's not dancing mid-game after going 2 for 10 from the field. And she's definitely not staging bestie moments just to snag a cameo in a WNBA hype video. Sophie is off-script, off-brand, and exactly the kind of fresh air fans didn't realize they'd been gasping for. That's why people are drawn to her. Because in a league drowning in performance art, she's just present. No wigs, no layers of filters, no boardroom brainstorms on personality. Just basketball, blunt truth, and an oddly powerful Arby's moment. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what fans have been starving for. Athletes who actually act like athletes. Who knew, right?
Has broken the internet in multiple ways over the last day. All right, the other day before the Chicago Sky game, this Barbie, and let's be real, let's be honest. If you were going to cast somebody as Barbie, there's a good chance you'd take a long, hard look at
So it's the same reason Caitlin Clark flipped the entire WNBA narrative on its head without pandering to a single soul. It's why Aaliyah Boston steamrolls through nonsense like a walking fact check. They're not chasing viral, they're just being iconic by showing up and performing. And that terrifies some people, because once fans start gravitating toward the unfiltered and the unscripted, all those smoke and mirror branding strategies start glitching hard, forcing the league to face an uncomfortable truth. If the WNBA still can't figure out how to turn its actual stars into household names, what are we even doing here?
Concept.
Let's get it! Burn! Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump. Not great! Burn!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow.
Yeah! Again! Do it for me. Me bound! Burn!
The talent is unreal. The presence is magnetic. But the machine keeps picking gimmicks over greatness, TikTok clout over toughness, catchphrases over court vision, hairstyles over handles. And that disconnect is costing the league way more than a few missed views. Before Sophie even came along, the whole thing was already leaning less toward a sports league and more toward a sneaker-wearing beauty pageant. The currency isn't points or assists anymore. It's selfies, subtweets, and whose nails sparkle the most under arena lights. And in all that noise, the real hoopers, the grinders, the locked-in pros who let their game do the talking, are getting buried. That's why Sophie's moment hit like it did. This was authentic versus algorithm. No role to play, no glam team approving the fit. Just a t-shirt, a smirk, and a vibe. And instantly, you could feel the panic from players who built their entire public image on attitude without output. Because Sophie just proved that fans will ride with someone who's real way faster than they will with someone who's scripted. The visibility matters crowd suddenly went quiet when that visibility didn't follow their script. Because nothing exposes the performative faster than watching someone thrive without the performance.
700,000 followers overnight. I don't know if you guys knew, she had like 300 or something less than 48 hours ago. Insane. The enforcer has arrived. And she even posted like twice since then, bro. She's totally taken it to a whole new level. Like, Caitlin Clark has a new star. This is like a new star in the WNBA. People ain't gonna like it. People aren't gonna like it. Trace Leches, you know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull, which, by the way, kind of was obsessed with her before she even came.
Let's be real. Sophie Cunningham is the nightmare scenario for the curated chaos crew. A fan favorite with zero manufacturing behind her. And the beauty of it, this was never just about Sophie. It's about what she represents. A seismic shift in what fans actually want. Not influencers in sneakers, not reality TV-style rivalries dressed up as basketball, but athletes who feel real. Players who show up, put in the work, and don't need weekly theatrics to justify their spotlight. Sophie's rise didn't have a PR budget backing it. It was built on consistency, blunt honesty, and just enough quirky charm to make her relatable. Why does that shake people? Maybe because it proves the league's been chasing relatable the wrong way this whole time. All it took was a $12 fast food t-shirt, and Sophie Cunningham just outperformed the WNBA's last 3 marketing campaigns combined. No media blitz, no influencer tie-in, no look-at-me meltdown moment. Just Sophie, a grin, and an Arby's tee pulling more love than half the league's stars with triple her PR resources. The narrative has officially flipped, and it didn't come from a boardroom brainstorm. It came from fans being done with the noise and ready to ride for someone who's real. Meanwhile, Sophie ships another 100,000 shirts without even breaking a sweat, while Angel Reese sits quiet, salty, and wondering why her own merch racks are still gathering dust. And let's be crystal clear, this wasn't luck. Sophie didn't just stumble into the spotlight because she tossed on an Arby's tee. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Sophie Cunningham's jersey has officially sold out on the Fever website. And this comes the same week as the chippy foul that led to some ejections at the end of the game. It was a bit of a revenge foul taken up for Caitlin Clark after a hard foul on the other end. And then immediately a petition online from the Caitlin Clark haters to have Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA. They're trying to get folks to sign it. They said what she displayed tonight was disgusting. Yeah, it was a hard foul, but now it has the Caitlin Clark fans rallying around her, buying up her jerseys to the point they've officially sold out. Fortunately for this petition, I think they just turned Sophie Cunningham into a new WNBA A-list.
This wasn't some oops I went viral accident. This was strategy disguised as simplicity. While half the league was busy perfecting TikTok dances and firing off passive-aggressive tweets, Sophie was out here playing 4D chess with roast beef and relatability. No stunts, no fake vulnerability, just a slow burn that exploded like wildfire. Now the whole game plan has shifted, and certain players, cough, Angel, are scrambling to keep up because the old tricks don't work anymore. Sophie isn't winging a thing. Every move is deliberate. The timing, the tone, the delivery, it's all calculated. She's got the emotional intelligence of a pro negotiator and the brand instincts of Madison Avenue's sharpest minds. That Arby shirt, not a gimmick. It was a low-effort, high-impact masterstroke. Because while others are chasing clout, Sophie is engineering it. And that rattles the clout chasers to their core. It blows up the myth that you need chaos, feuds, and endless drama to grab attention. Sophie kept it simple, stayed authentic, and in the process, made everyone else's smoke and mirror routines look like dollar store magic tricks. Whether she sat down and mapped it all out or just trusted her gut, the result is the same. She's part of a much bigger shift.
Last week, or not last week, a couple days ago, when Caitlin Clark got destroyed, her girl Sophie came to her defense, and this was the most beast mode thing that I've seen a woman do in WNBA history. Now, Sophie, who's my one of my favorites now, she's become one of my favorite WNBA players. I'm gonna watch her too, like I watch Caitlin. Look at what she did, and people may not say that this was in response or whatever the case may be, but I feel like Sophie is like.
The Caitlin Clark effect is pulling in unprecedented eyeballs. Aaliyah Boston's dominance is forcing respect. And Sophie, she's riding that wave by being herself, not twisting into the league's tired mold. In a WNBA obsessed with controlling the narrative, Sophie Cunningham just proved the strongest play might be the one that's completely unscripted. She spotted the shift coming before anyone else. She watched Caitlin Clark pull in fans who didn't even know what a pick and roll was last year. She saw Aaliyah, the enforcer Bostoner, earn respect without a single forced soundbite, just shutting people up with her game. And Sophie, she cracked the formula early. No pity plays, no overproduced branding, just clarity, confidence, consistency. And here's the part that's driving certain players, especially Angel Reese, up the wall. Sophie didn't have to force her way into headlines with manufactured drama or fake rivalries. She didn't try to crown herself the face of the league while leaning on Caitlin's name to stay relevant. And that's the real dagger. Reese built her entire image on being the show, only to find out she's been the filler episode.
To the arena yesterday, wearing that, there she is right there. Let's just bring this up. Over at Tater Report, there she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I can only imagine, and I have no idea. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there. I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a cheddar melt.
Meanwhile, Sophie's the one selling out merch and stacking a loyal fan base that respects her skill, her hustle, and her personality, not her Instagram shade game. Of course, the backlash is rolling in. The side eyes, the subtle digs, the whispers that Sophie's just lucky, or that it's only because Caitlin brought in new fans. As if Sophie didn't move with surgical precision to capture that audience. As if this isn't exactly what the league should be doing, turning momentum into something lasting. But instead, the WNBA keeps burning time on marketing schemes that feel like they were thrown together by a committee of confused influencers. It's almost laughable. This league spent years begging for attention, and now that Clark and real ones like Sophie have delivered it, they're fumbling the bag, because the spotlight isn't hitting their pre-approved mascots. Sophie's not even chasing the spotlight, it's chasing her. Because authenticity, it's magnetic. Fans can smell it through the screen, and once you've seen the real thing, you can't unsee how fake everything else feels.
That when you are good at basketball, you're pretty, and you got grit, those three things make you bad to the bone. And I think this is one of it's new trends that's going on in the WNBA, in my personal opinion, is that not only will you be good at basketball, but you also, some of these women will look like women, right? They used to look like dudes, but now they look like beautiful women that are playing basketball. And one thing I like about Sophie,
the WNBA should be rolling out the red carpet for Sophie, front and center as the blueprint. Here's how you connect with fans without selling your soul. Here's how you build a brand that actually lasts. But instead, they act like she just tripped into this moment, as if outmaneuvering an entire system built on hype and noise was some kind of happy accident. Newsflash, it wasn't luck. It's proof that in a league choking on forced narratives, someone who's real will always cut through. Fans know it. That's why they're showing up in full force, buying her gear until it's gone, turning her into a walking sellout machine. Sophie feels like a breath of fresh air in a league that's been recycling the same stale drama for years. While others chase clout through messy rivalries and recycled sound bites, she's building something authentic. And that's exactly why the spotlight isn't just following her, it's locked on her. Behind the scenes, you can bet the league offices are feeling the heat.
Take a look, because Arby saw this and decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven.
Like, not bad.
They weren't dissuaded, obviously, by the little shade that she threw at them there between enjoying her yummy sandwich, saying that she went away, she doesn't have it often for obvious reasons. Well, what are those obvious reasons, Sophie? Anyway, she is now on the Arby.
Sophie Cunningham's rise isn't just a headline, it's a mirror, and the reflection isn't flattering. She's exposing the massive gap between what fans actually want and what the WNBA keeps shoving down their throats. For years, the league has been obsessed with manufactured moments, carefully scripted rivalries, Instagram-friendly storylines, and hype videos that feel like commercials for everything except the actual game. But Sophie's success is the reality check they didn't ask for. No big-budget ad shoot, no fake bestie narratives, just a $12 t-shirt, a smirk, and the kind of charm you can't teach. And here's what's really making certain players squirm. Sophie's proof that you don't need a never-ending feud or a highlight reel of sideline antics to own the spotlight. You just have to be good, be consistent, and be yourself. That's terrifying for anyone who's built their career on noise instead of numbers. Now, the league has a choice to make. They can keep doubling down on the same stale formula that's been turning casual viewers away for years, or they can admit the truth. Fans crave authenticity. They want to rally behind players who feel real, who put the game first, and who don't treat every post-game interview like a branding workshop. Sophie didn't break the system, she exposed it. And every sold-out shirt, every packed arena seat, every fan wearing her name is proof that the WNBA's playbook might be overdue for a total rewrite. Because right now, Sophie Cunningham is winning a game the league didn't even know it was playing. And here's where it all comes to a head. Because Sophie's rise isn't happening in a vacuum.
See right here, that's Sophie Cunningham. She is the teammate of the year, or at least the Caitlin Clark she is. After Caitlin Clark was pushed to the ground and poked in the eye in the first half of a game against the Phoenix Mercury, she actually late in the game assaulted one of the Phoenix Mercury players in retaliation. And fans loved it. They ate it up because look at this. If you look closely, her following on TikTok went from over 300,000, which was great, to almost well over 800,000.
Every win she racks up in merch sales, every organic headline she snags without trying, is a silent L for players like Angel Reese, who've built their entire brand on being the main character. Angel wanted the crown. She wanted the spotlight. She wanted to be the face of the new WNBA era. But the problem? While she was busy staging rivalries and posting cryptic captions, Sophie was building something real, brick by brick, game by game, connection by connection. And now the spotlight that Angel fought for is burning somewhere else, and it's not coming back. You can feel the tension in the air, side eyes during pre-game warm-ups, icy non-mentions in interviews, and that awkward silence anytime Sophie's name trends while Angel's sitting at home watching. Because deep down they both know the truth. Fans don't care about who shouts the loudest. they care about who shows up. Sophie's showing up, and the best part, she's doing it without breaking character because there is no character.
She has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's. Yeah. She was wearing this outfit, this arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say, beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved.
What you see is what you get. No filters, no layers, no script. That's what's making her untouchable right now. The league can keep trying to paint its own picture of what a marketable star looks like. But Sophie has already proven the real thing will always outshine the manufactured version. And if that reality makes certain people uncomfortable, too bad. The fans have spoken, and they're wearing Arby's tees while they do it. Sophie's ripping up the old superstar playbook and rewriting it with smarts, substance, and unapologetic authenticity. Every shirt sold is another loud reminder that no amount of PR spin, no choreographed drama, and no influencer-style branding can fake what she naturally brings to the table. And you better believe that's got Angel Reese losing sleep. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single update. Click the video on your screen, and we'll see you in the next one.